I'm Representative Julie Harhart of the 183rd Legislative District located in the Lehigh Valley. I represent Northampton and Lehigh counties, and I am here today at the Agriculture Show, at the Farm Show in Harrisburg, with our Secretary of Agriculture, George Greig. Thank you, Secretary, for doing this interview with me. I know that you have had a very busy couple days. The Farm Show only opened on the 5th, and I understand that you really have been extremely busy. A lot of people moving through here. And this is what, the 97th?
That's correct.
The 97th.
Yes, this is the 97th Pennsylvania Farm Show. The first Farm Show was opened in 1917. But there was a couple years that they did not have farm shows because of the world wars. But this is bigger and better than ever. Last year we broke all attendance records. This year it looks like it's shaping up that we may break those records that we did.
Well, what do you think makes it such a big success?
Well, agriculture is continually changing. Of course, people were always interested in production and food production and knowing where their food comes from. So here they get a chance to touch base with the farmers and the consumers all come together, and and they get a chance to see exactly where their food comes from.
Also, I know that the governor has signed into law this summer that eliminates the inheritance tax on the farmers. Now, that's right up my alley. Better you can make it for our farmers or anybody, any taxpayer in Pennsylvania, I'm for. So how do you think, or do you think this is really going to be an extremely positive measure that we put forth?
Exactly. That really affects farmers and in a positive way. I'm a farmer myself. I have a 650-acre farm in Crawford County, western Pennsylvania. And I've known younger farmers that have had to sell off part or all their farm to pay the inheritance tax on farms. Farms these days need a lot of land, and because the land's valuable, that makes them worth a lot. So this is a fantastic move. It's great for Pennsylvania farmers. It's great for Pennsylvania.
Well, I'll tell you, I am I should say my father is deceased, but a farmer's daughter, but I'm not a farmer. But I know the trials and tribulations that they go through in paying taxes, in the environment that they fight every day, and the uncertainty of it all. So,
and here at the Farm Show, people find out, they get to know the farmers. We are getting to the point where we've had 4 and 5 generations off the farm. Now, you come from a farming background, but a lot of people don't. And so they don't understand, how you treat animals and how you treat your soil, and your water, and your air. We have to make a living. We do treat our animals, our soil, and our water with respect, so that we can make a living off the farm.
Now I'm going to jump to one subject that I usually get calls in my office about this. I know that the dog law falls under agriculture. Can you tell me exactly what ag does and how that dog law works under ag? Because I know when we call areas to find, I guess we call the county, if we have a report of an abuse or whatever, how can the Department of Ag help with that situation?
Well, we do oversee dog law. We do inspections on commercial kennels, and we oversee the dog licensing. The dog licensing is actually handled by the counties, but it's overseen by us. And we also administer or enforce the dangerous dog law. But yeah, we do oversee them and make sure that dogs are protected in the commercial kennels.
But how do you do that? Is there somebody appointed in each county to do that? Or?
We have in each 67 counties, we have dog wardens. In fact, we have a couple of them right over here. We have a display right within our display of dog wardens. So we have dog wardens that cover each one of the 67 counties in Pennsylvania. So they're there to enforce the dog law. and then we have inspectors that go out and inspect the commercial kennels.
Okay, because I do get a lot of questions on that, and I'm not quite sure. We do connect with the county, but I guess there are guidelines as what they have to do when they remove a dog, and just like anything else. So
we always want to encourage people to license their dogs, because if that dog gets lost or runs away, that's their ticket home, and it also, so that protects their dogs. People are very passionate about their dogs, and a lot of people it's their children, it's their best friend, and I understand that. I've had dogs on my farm, and for five bloodline down for 5 generations of dogs, and I get very attached to each one. So.
I also want to touch on something that's always a big issue is the environment, and you have a program called ChemSweep. And can you, you collected over 2 million pounds of pesticide. So can you explain how that's going to benefit the farmer and also the environment?
Well, it's a service that we started a while ago. It's a great program. I used it as a farmer. It's called ChemSweep, and we send a truck around, which will come around and picks up all of the outdated, unused pesticides that are stored on the farms, and that it's a great service for the farmers, because a lot of times a company will they discontinue or update pesticides, and when they do that, we wind up with small amounts of pesticides that are stored in the corner of buildings someplace, and this gives us a chance to get rid of those pesticides so that they can be disposed of properly. And it also makes it much safer for the farmer and the people on the farm.
Well, Secretary, I thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'm sure you're going to enlighten our viewers out there and educate those non-farmers a little bit about what goes on here in the farm show and what the agriculture does for Pennsylvania, and also what your role is in playing, as being secretary in agriculture. So with that, I thank you very much for being here. And I do know that this is a very big building, and I think I saw somewhere that if anybody is coming to the farm show, if they have a problem trying to find their way, like me, that you can actually go on your smartphone, and you can do a GPS, and it actually will take you to where you want to go?
That's right. You can navigate your way through the farm show complex. 1 million square feet, 24 acres under roof. You can use your smartphone to navigate to where you want to go.
Great. Is there a website that they can go on for that?
Our PDA website, which...
Okay, Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put that on the screen so people can see that. Again, thank you, Secretary Greig. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all you do for agriculture.